Deep in the heart of an abandoned forest, hidden from the world, stood Blackwood Asylum. The building had been closed for decades, its once bright windows now dark and shattered, and its walls consumed by creeping vines. Locals whispered that it was cursed, a place where evil lingered, and few dared to venture near. For Mark, Sarah, and James, it was the perfect setting for their new online series about exploring haunted locations. Armed with cameras, flashlights, and a dose of bravado, they arrived at the asylum just as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the crumbling facade. "This is going to make an amazing episode," Mark said, setting up his camera. "Let's just get this over with," Sarah muttered, glancing nervously at the looming structure. James grinned. "Come on, where's your sense of adventure?" The trio pushed open the heavy wooden doors, which groaned in protest. The air inside was cold and stale, carrying the faint scent of decay. Their footsteps echoed in the vast, empty corridors as their flashlights illuminated peeling paint, rusted gurneys, and graffiti scrawled by other trespassers. Mark read from a journal he had brought, detailing the asylum's history. Blackwood was shut down after a fire in the 1960s. Before that, it housed the criminally insane. Some say the patients were subjected to experiments. "Like what?" Sarah asked. "Lobotomies, sensory deprivation, stuff like that," Mark replied. "And then there's the legend about the warden." "The warden?" James raised an eyebrow. Mark hesitated. "They say he stayed here after the fire, that he went mad and never left." As they ventured deeper, strange things began to happen. Doors creaked open on their own. Faint whispers echoed through the halls, though the group saw no one. "Probably the wind," James said, though his voice betrayed his unease. In one room, they found a child's doll, its porcelain face cracked, sitting upright on a dusty chair. When Sarah reached out to touch it, the doll suddenly fell to the floor, and a loud bang came from the hallway behind them. "Did you hear that?" Sarah whispered. The group spun around, their flashlights cutting through the darkness. For a moment, they saw nothing. Then, at the far end of the hall, a shadow moved, tall, thin, and unnaturally fast. "Who's there?" Mark called, but no one responded.